Kanye West has sat up here and praised Hitler again. Again. And somehow this guy still got defenders in the black community. He had defenders in the room with him. Enablers. Amen, men and women. You know what I mean by that? I say I'm from the South. Okay. You ever heard a preacher preaching and then somebody in the congregation or the whole goddamn sermon all they saying, Amen, Amen, Amen. Yeah, that's whatever the preacher say, the sky's blue. Amen. That's what these folks be doing to Kanye West. I never seen such. I never seen such. But let's talk about it briefly, okay? I got shit to do. Let's talk about this briefly. But before we do, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, okay? I am your homeboy first, and this is, yes, this is the realest, most entertaining show in the game. Put it on something. Again, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that share button, please, and put all of your people on it. All right, y'all. And a recent rant leading up to this man's release of his new album, I think with Ty Dolla $ign. This man went on yet another legendary rant, at least 15 minutes long. I saw one that was 15 minutes. Okay, it was chopped up into other bits and pieces as well, but I saw one that was 15 minutes goddamn long. Okay. He dropped a lot of names in it. He dropped the name of Rahm Emanuel, who was President Obama's chief of staff, and I want to say former mayor of Chicago. He dropped Jay-Z, Gap, Adidas. You know, he gonna touch them. Maverick Carter caught a straight up in that thing. Maverick Carter caught one. Sierra Canyon, y'all know about that school because Brun's kids, you know, been hooping out there. Okay, he called them a Zionist school. Okay, again, you know, taking a shot at Jews and Zionist supporters. Okay, took a shot at Drake. Says fuck Cootie, who was his man in that Genius documentary. Took a shot at Nicki Minaj for not clearing something for the album. So those was just the name drops. But he said a bunch of outlandish shit up in this thing, bringing up black people voting for Democrats again. He cussed out the people in the damn room with him. He cussed them out for not standing up for him when I guess Kim Kardashian wasn't letting him see his kids and all that shit. He said that he knew that somebody's setting up a surviving Ye. You know, like surviving R. Kelly. It's like this motherfucker was acting like he had a master plan, like in doing that Genius documentary to kind of get ahead of some other shit that might come out getting at him. We gonna see about that. That's gonna be interesting. Based on how this man is acting, based on some shit he said in the past, I wouldn't be shocked if something does come out. I'll wait and react to that if it does materialize. Okay. Now this of course pissed me off. You know, me having a son with autism. Okay. Shout out to my brother Pretty Thaddeus for making this hoodie for me. You know what I'm talking about? He talked about having signs of autism from that accident that he had. Come on, man. Come on, man. Stop the goddamn foolishness. He says we're not black, we're Native Americans. That's some bullshit. I'm hearing a lot going around out there. I'm hearing that a lot. Yo, bro, what the fuck? Why are so many of my people ashamed of being black? Tupac said that shit in the 90s. What the fuck? Malcolm X said it in the 60s. Marcus Garvey said it in the 20s. What the fuck you ashamed of, man? Stop it. Do many of us have some Native American in us? Hell yeah, I think I do. If I show y'all a picture of my grandmama, especially a young picture of my grandmama, yeah, I think my grandmama probably was half black, half Native American. Okay, especially when I look at how my grandma looked compared to her brother and sister. Okay, but at the end of the day, most of the blood in my body come from West Africa. My sister had one of them 23andMe's done, or one of them companies, okay? And that shit showed that. And we got the same mom and daddy. That shit showed that. Most of that shit was Nigeria. And I'm proud of that. These motherfuckers don't want to run from your ethnicity, man. Want to run from your DNA. Hey, fuck that. Fuck that. That motherfucker said he wants Trump to put it in writing that he gonna let Larry Hoover about that bitch. That's how you would get the black vote in his eyes. Promise that you gonna let Larry Hoover about that bitch. Look, man, the main constituency, like the most consistent constituency for the Democratic Party is black women. Black women ain't giving a fuck about that. There's not. Now, there's some cats from the hood where I'm from. I grew up, you know what I'm talking about, in a hood where it's mostly GDs up in that bitch. You know what I'm talking about? We had some foes as well. They might care about that. Them black women ain't giving a fuck about. What is wrong with this man? These folks that be up in church and, you know, they be taking little church vans and going to the poll and shit like that. Trump promising to let Larry Hoover out ain't finna move the needle with that. It's not. I think it would be good if Larry Hoover was able to get out and go speak to all these kids about growth and development. I do think that, because these youngins that's out here banging, they ain't trying to grow shit nor develop a motherfucking thing. All right. But man, Trump don't give a fuck about no growth and development either, dog. Trump don't. Biden ain't giving a fuck about freeing Larry Hoover. Neither one of them motherfuckers. He made a great point about McDonald's, and how, because I've noticed that how the motherfucker be trying to get us in, and they be trying to use our lingo. And a lot of companies try to use our lingo, but the fact that the shit is so unhealthy and they're using us to sell it, you know what I'm saying? That's a good point. Great point about us buying all this designer shit, and as he said, trying to going broke to impress other broke people. That's real shit. See, that those statements are why I used to fuck with Kanye. I used to fuck with Kanye for real, for real. I stood in class, y'all, no cap, and I would tell my student that Kanye West was more gangster than they favorite gangster rapper. Because of course I had to teach about Hurricane Katrina, and so I would, you know, as a part of my hook to get them in there to focus on it, was me bringing up, you know, when he got, you know, on that what telethon or whatever the fuck that was, they were trying to raise that money, and that man said George Bush doesn't care about black people. That took some nuts. George Bush, president of the United States, most powerful person on planet Earth. For you to go say that, George Bush even said that was the worst moment of his presidency. Now that's nuts for him to say some shit like that. Given the fact that the war in Afghanistan and the war in Iraq were disasters. Given the fact that under his leadership we couldn't capture or kill Osama bin Laden. Given the fact that his response to Hurricane Katrina was a disaster. Given that the Great Recession started on his watch, he said that what Kanye said was the worst point of his presidency. That's pretty damn bad, Jack. It's pretty bad. But for Kanye to say it at that time, man, that took some big nuts. That's the type of motherfucker, man, I used to fuck with. Folk like me used to fuck with. You know what I'm saying? Because the man was making such incredible music that was still catchy. It was radio friendly. Shit, it got played in the club. Put on with him and Jesus. Oh, that should have get the club jumping. You feel me? Slow jams. You know what I'm talking about? Slow dance with a woman to slow jams at the club. Come on, man. But he wasn't talking about selling no dope nor killing people. You know what I'm saying? Now, talking about doing something to somebody in self-defense, that's different. I talk about that. But just, you know, some of these folks be writing this dumb ass shit. No, I think Lil Wayne had a line to him, my niggas kill for no reason. That's ignorant lines. Those are ignorant lines, okay? But Kanye wasn't doing that and still going platinum like a motherfucker. So folks like me fucked with him. But somehow we have descended from that to this motherfucker saying shit like Jesus Christ, Hitler, yay, third party, sponsor that. This son bitch act like he finna run for office, and on his side he gonna have Jesus Christ and Hitler. But see, what really grabbed me, because we've heard that from Ye before, what grabbed me was what those other motherfuckers in the room were saying. Because all the time when these celebrities fuck up, you always hear people say they just got yes men in their corner. They need to separate themselves from these people, and nobody's telling him or her the right shit. And a lot of times I be looking at them like, come on, man, what about that person being accountable? Hell, what if they are the wrong person? But in that video, we got to see yes men and women operate in real time. You know what I'm talking about? So when he said this ignorant ass shit about Jesus Christ, Hitler, yay, third party, I heard some broad in the back talking about, yeah, yeah. Now the rest of the room went quiet on that part, but on much of the other bullshit, them motherfuckers wasn't going quiet. Somebody in the back talking about, speak your truth. Speak your truth. You're the number one vessel. You're a vessel. What the fuck? A vessel of what? A vessel for who? What are we talking? What are we talking? When he say, "Oh, y'all think I'm crazy," somebody gonna say, "No, you don't sound crazy. You sound fucking legit. You're telling truth. Speak your truth." I hate that damn "speak your truth." Speak the truth, motherfuckers. Okay. See, all that "speak your truth," we get into opinion, and somebody said opinion like an asshole. Yeah, everybody got one, and anything come about your asshole. You know what I'm talking about? So fuck your truth. What is the truth? We need the truth in these situations. Now we can say your truth is your story, your life experiences. But when we're talking the truth, it's only one. And we got to try to find a way to that. And this shit right here that this man saying, that ain't that, Jack. That ain't that. And then they show Ty Dolla Sign over there in the cut chilling. Shit. I asked my brother, who is a public relations expert. I said, brother, what you would have told that man? He said he would have told him, get out, get out. Fuck we talking about, man? Enablers, enablers. Kanye West mama rolling over in her motherfucking grave, watching her baby, and that's sad, dog. That's sad. That man was great. His mama seemed to be a great woman, reminded me of my mama. Okay, English teacher. You know what I'm saying? But this man has descended into this. But in real time, I saw in part why. Because he had all these motherfuckers in that room cheering his ass on. And maybe he's cut off those people who would say otherwise. Seemed like he was trying to kick somebody up out that motherfucker. Seemed like one time somebody did try to give him some straightening. Sounded like one of the same folks who were cheering him on. Finally, when he started cussing their ass out, then it sounded like the same woman, like I said, "You ain't God, nigga." And if I'm not mistaken, he told that girl, "All right, you shut up before you get exited out." Now, some say he said before you get exiled. That motherfucker better not act like what do you think this the Old Testament? What are we doing? This motherfucker think he in Genesis and he kicking Adam and Eve out of Garden of Eden. That the Garden of Eden is wherever he is. And if you ain't listening to him, you must be exiled. Fuck we talking about. Fuck we talking about, man. I hope that man gets the help that he needs, man. He was once a truly great artist. But he's failing himself, and his enablers are failing him as well. And if you are out here buying into his bullshit just because you like the college dropout and late registration and dark twisted fantasy and all his other shit that he's put out, if you are overlooking this heinous anti-Semitic, anti-black bullshit that this motherfucker be putting out just because you like them records, and shame on you. Put it on something.
Please subscribe to my daddy's YouTube channel because the more subscribers he gets, the more attractive he looks to sponsors. The more attractive he looks to sponsors, the more money he can make. And the more money he can make, the more money he can spend on me.